I started smoking when I was around 15 years old. I remember I smoked everything from weed to cigarettes to ice to even crack. And I continued smoking for the next 3 years. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you why you are addicted, how you can quit smoking, and the advantages of quitting smoking. So if you want to hear any of those things, then please subscribe to this channel. I literally just started YouTube like a day ago. Subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video. And yeah, let me tell you how you can quit that bad habit. So number one, why are you addicted? Well, there are 3 major reasons why you're addicted, and that is your group of friends, your medication, and fear. Now, you may not understand any of those 3 things I just mentioned now, but just give me a second and I'll break it down for you. So let's take it from the top, your group of friends. I can bet you right now that the reason you are currently blowing that blunt is because of those group of friends. Maybe you are even currently smoking with that friend right now, who knows? See, I'm just going to go straight to the point. You and that friend need to take a break. You and that friend need to take a break right now. In fact, the longer the break, the better for your life. Now, just give me a second. Let me tell you why. That your friend has become a fuel pump, constantly refueling your indulgence in smoking. Anytime you try to quit, that person will always refuel you, always make you feel motivated to continue that bad habit. No matter how hard you try, you're always going to continue falling into that bad habit because of that friend. Sorry, the car got too hot right there. Now, let me tell you the second reason. You inevitably become like the people you hang around subconsciously. So if you continue hanging around smokers, you're just going to become like them. You have heard the saying, if you hang around the 5 losers, you're probably going to be the 6th. So now let's jump to the second point under this topic, your medication. I always wondered why they call them drugs. Why did they call it hard drugs? Why did they call them drugs? Why did they put that name drugs there? Well, it's because that's what you use to treat yourself. When you become a smoker, your high becomes your medicine. You start using it to cure your loneliness, your sadness, your depression, your anxiety, your tiredness. You start using it to relax. You start using it to cool off. You start using it to calm down. You start using it anytime a day goes bad. You try to use it to calm that day and make it look better, make it look more beautiful. But you see something, and this is the main reason why I hate substances. And this is because they actually take your mind off a problem when you're actually supposed to be focusing your mind on solving that problem. Do you understand? Why are you taking my mind off a problem that I'm actually supposed to be focusing on? And most people will be like, you take some drugs to actually focus your mind on some problems. Bro, do you really focus on those problems? Do you actually ever come up with an answer of solving those problems? No, you don't. So bro, essentially all you're doing is worsening your situation, because just think about it. If you are using that time they're supposed to be using to solve your problem, to take your mind and chill from that problem, think about how big that problem is growing behind all the scenes of these things happening. Like your problem is just expanding while you're taking time off it. Do you get? Now we come to the third point under this. How do you quit this habit? How do you stop this thing now and forever? We're not talking about the quit that you just pause for 2 weeks and then you go back. How do you quit? Step 1, stop associating with those negative group of people. If you don't, when you quit, you're actually just going to come back to doing the habit. You have heard about people who quit smoking, who quit drinking, who quit bad habits, and they come back to those bad habits. The reason they actually do that is because they never actually quit that friend group. They quit the habit, but they didn't quit the friend group. That's why it looks as if all these bad habits are impossible to stop. They're actually not. The reason why these people actually jump back into those habits is because they never actually stopped hanging out with those friends who actually influence those habits in the first place. Step 2, isolate yourself from the world. This is actually an non-negotiable. You actually need to isolate yourself from the world to get an understanding of yourself and to actually regain control over your willpower. You understand? So you need to isolate yourself from the world for at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks won't ruin your life. So just taking 2 weeks actually to step back from the world and actually pausing a bad habit will be better than you actually continuing your life for that 2 weeks and then you continue with that bad habit. That bad habit will actually be a worse expense for you than actually stepping back for that 2 weeks. So most of you might actually be like, 2 weeks is a long time, I have my job to go to. Just think about it. Stopping for 2 weeks and actually focusing on yourself, or just continue going and then allow that habit to ruin you as you proceed. Which one is worse? I believe I believe the habit is worse. Step 3, look at every urge that you come across like a challenge. And anytime you fight and win this challenge, you actually become a lot stronger. You gain more control over your willpower and you actually become unstoppable. The more urges you fight, the more challenges you win, you become more stronger and you become able to combat any urge that comes your way. You understand? Me, I believe that after like 12 days of quitting, I was totally in control over my willpower. Like, I believe that if I wanted to like light another blunt and just take a few puffs, and like that was in my own power. You know how now, if you're probably addicted to it, you feel as if you don't have the power to stop this thing, you don't have the power to quit it. That's probably because of you don't have any control over your willpower. And the reason you don't have any control over your willpower is because you don't fight the urges. When you fight the urges and win for a long time, you actually become a master of yourself. See, don't mistake me. I'm not trying to make this quitting thing look simple or easy. I was someone who actually smoked a pack of cigarettes, 20 pieces of cigarettes every single day. I smoked a cup of loud, and I did other substances aside all those ones every single day. So when I'm actually telling you that I actually battled with this thing, I'm actually very serious. And I was able to quit. Don't for once think that I'm trying to make this look easy. It's actually very hard. You try a few times and you fail, but eventually you're actually going to combat that bad habit and you're going to win if you try hard enough. In fact, quitting smoking is one of the easiest things you can actually do compared to other bad habits like masturbation and pills and other things like that. Quitting smoking is actually one of the easiest, if you ask me. Now, lastly, we have come to the end of this video. What are the advantages of quitting these habits? What will you gain in return if you stop this habit? You know, some of you might be like, what's the gain if I just stop? Then maybe I'll just continue with my life. What's the gain? Okay, number one, is actually going to save you a lot of money. You understand? It's going to save you a lot of money. Number two, you're going to be able to breathe better. You're actually going to become better at your breathing. You will not just walk up a hill and then start feeling tired all of a sudden. Number three, your chest. There's one chest pain. If you're a chronic smoker like me, there's this chest pain you always have, like this chest pain that never went away. You understand? It even becomes worse after you quit for a while, but it eventually go away. This chest pain is going to go away. There's also this back pain. It actually came from doing other drugs. It's way away as well. Well, you stop feeling exhausted, you stop feeling lazy, you gain control over your willpower, which is by far the best one out of all. That control over your willpower, you will now be able to channel your mind into doing the things you want to do. As I said earlier, you become the master of your own self, you understand, which is one of the most important ones here. You understand? That's one of the most important. And number two, your skin will stop looking as if you are sun drying yourself every single day. You start looking more fresh. You start looking as if they just gave birth to you that day. I swear, just look at my skin. Yeah, guys. So that's actually how it is. Those are one of the advantages that I can think of right now. Those are some of the advantages. And yeah, none of these things are actually easy. We put ourselves in this situation, you understand? And we can remove ourselves from this situation. Never think any habit is the master of you. You are the master of yourself, no matter how bad it becomes. You understand? I assume that this will actually be harder for the people who are addicted to ice and crack. I will make a video about that. I wasn't addicted to crack, but I was I won't say intensely addicted to meth because I only did it for like 6 months consistently, but I was somewhat very addicted. So I'll make a video on that, on how I quitted it. Yeah, so this is how to quit cigarettes or weed. If you constantly smoke cigarettes or weed, yeah, this is how you can quit that habit. Yeah, so leave a subscribe, like this video, leave a comment if you're currently struggling with any of this. And yeah, I'm here to help you. Subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be releasing a lot of videos like this that will help young teenagers like me. All right, so see you guys on another video. Yeah.